Hey, what's going on, guys? Oz here. This is a double nuclear gameplay with the LSAT light machine gun, and I'm playing some multi-team hardpoint. I told you guys I was getting, or at least trying to get a little bit more into this, and I got this during my live stream earlier today, which is why you see my emblems and stuff and my anti-session joiner black lines. That's why I have that. Somebody in my last video where I uploaded a gameplay on Studio, and I had the black line with the Voldemort looking face cam. Because of the quality on Twitch. When you actually go back and watch your videos, when you re-render it, it actually messes with the pixels a lot. But those are there to prevent session joiners during the live stream. A lot of guys attempt to join my lobbies and get on the other team to prove, who knows what. Maybe they're just there to troll. That's basically what it is. But anyways, that's why I keep those there. It helps to stop that a little bit. I mean, it doesn't prevent it 100%, but every little bit counts. You see a lot of people doing that as well. This is using my trademark LSAT class. This is the same class I showed you guys in my custom class video. The one you've seen in many videos over the last month or so. LSAT with quick draw, suppressor in stock, running that bad boy with toughness, also lightweight, hardline, and tactical mask. Something else that I want to talk about, and I haven't mentioned this, was one of the ways that I've recently improved my game, and this I started doing this about 2 months ago. I recently got insurance, and I had no insurance for a long time. I ended up breaking one of my pairs of eyeglasses, so I couldn't really see. I'm nearsighted, so I couldn't see distance really well. But once I was able to get my glasses, I just got them maybe about a month and a half ago, 2 months. Like I said, that's when I really saw an increase in my gameplay and the ways that I was able to stay on target, because that's always been one of the biggest problems in Call of Duty for me. One of my weaknesses is being able to stay on target when there's multiple enemies, and a lot of times when it's just a one-on-one confrontation and the guy's moving really fast, I had a hard time staying on target. And I found that when I use my glasses, even though I play pretty close to my monitor, I play on a monitor, not a TV. I like the monitor because my eyes don't have to move as far from left to right as if I was playing on like a 42-inch television or something like that. My eyes don't have to move as far from left to right. That's why I play on a monitor. But ever since I got the monitor and I didn't have my glasses, I noticed that I would still lose a lot of targets in my sights. But ever since I've been using my glasses, I haven't really had that problem. I'm able to really see things clearly from distance. You'd be surprised, even though like the monitor is a couple feet away from my face, when I wasn't using my glasses, I still for some reason had a hard time seeing in the game far away. As crazy as that sounds, you'd think you'd be able to see the pixels in front of your face, right? So yeah, the glasses help me out. So those of you that have a similar problem with your eyesight, like if you're nearsighted, you have trouble seeing from distance, try putting on your glasses or wear your contacts while you play. I know me personally, I just didn't like playing with the glasses on. I just felt like a nerd whenever I wear glasses, but it really does help, guys. And if you're really wondering how you can improve your aim and how you can just improve your overall awareness, is just make sure you have the correct tools for what you're trying to do. Make sure you can see. If you wear glasses, wear your glasses while you play. I mean, it helped me, and that's really all I have to say about that. But I get really lucky in this gameplay too. Actually, the beginning of the video, I started off pretty slow. It took me a while to really get into a nuclear streak. And then once we called in the first set of VSATs, the first pairs of enemies actually quit out. So we had to wait for people to rejoin, which really slowed down the first nuclear time. But once I got on the second nuclear streak, which I'm on currently, I pretty much had to push the pace. I was able just to stay towards the objectives, rack up a lot of kills, and pulled off that double nuclear, which was pretty dang sweet. It's actually my first double nuclear in multi-team hardpoint. Haven't really been playing this too much, but I probably will jump into this. I've been going for a lot of double nuclears in ground war. If you've seen my live streams, you know how often I've choked on the double. I still haven't got my double nuclear in ground war. I've got the double in 6v6 Dom. I've got the double in multi-team hardpoint now. I'm just trying to get that elusive ground war double nuke. Nukes in ground war are not easy, guys. Everybody says, oh, let's go play ground war if you want nukes. It doesn't work like that, guys, because ground war is so difficult to get nukes in because of the sheer amount of people that spawn in at one time. It's especially hard when you run a team of support. Like when you guys see me in my live streams, I play usually with like support parties, and I just try to keep the enemy on one side. It helps for going for fast nukes, but it's also hard. It's not easy. Just imagine yourself going 1 versus 9 players on one side of the map, and just think of all the problems that's going to cause. Think of like how many times you're going to have to get double and triple sprays. You're going to have to avoid certain players because they're going to be head glitching. They're going to be tossing C4 at you. Not easy, guys. Trust me, not easy. And right here, I think I do go on a pretty close to my, yeah, there's the brutal. I was going to say I was pretty close to getting my brutal. And I almost die here, and you're going to see in a second. I take this guy out. I'm actually counting them right now. There's 2. I chase this guy, but my teammate ends up, taking him out. One of the enemies tack inserts right here, and I almost get caught off guard because I spray him down, and I'm just lucky that he wasn't pre-aiming me when I turned that corner. I went back and watched it, and I do see a lot of mistakes that I make. I get a little too comfortable sometimes with the VSAT up, and I really do need to stop that because, like I said in my live streams, you can tell how confident I am with the VSAT up, and it doesn't always work out in my favor. Somebody's always going to be waiting on you. And it's just a matter of a guessing game whether they happen to kill you or not sometimes. But anyways, that's the end of this gameplay, guys. Double nuke, LSAT. Going beast mode. I'm out, y'all. Peace.